Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode. We are back in World of Warcraft and I'm on my hunter. We are at the summoning stone for Dead Mines. So we've got a group finally for Dead Mines. It took a bit of work to actually get to this point. But we are here. We're about to go into Dead Mines. People are buffing up and all that sort of stuff. I am quite keen to see how my DPS is going to do now. We do have a fairly high level player, which means that the amount of XP I'm about to get from this run will probably not be all that much. But of course, there is a quest here that I do want to pick up from Dead Mines whilst I am of the appropriate level. And we seem to have aggroed couple of NPCs here. Might as well deal with them. It's nothing too bad. And of course we got another one just because hey, this is World of Warcraft, this is what happens. But yes, we are going into Dead Mines, and before we do get into the video, I just wanted to take a couple of seconds to personally thank each and every one of you for clicking on this video and choosing to spend your time with me. I really do appreciate it. And I might as well mention that I'm actually really enjoying leveling up. I thought it'd be more of a chore, but it's not. It's really nice. And after doing all the end game content and just raiding and all sorts of stuff that you have to do at high level, oh, I think my pet just might have aggroed a couple of things. But going back to what I was saying, after doing all the end game content and the stresses of raiding and performing in raids and all that, it's really nice to actually just get a couple of seconds to chill and relax and do some low content stuff, you know, some early content type of stuff, and going back into classic and just leveling up a character. I wasn't really sure if I was going to like the hunter, but so far so good. I am really enjoying the hunter. And I do have a druid, which I do play from time to time. It's fun. I love healing on the druid, but I'm actually partly wondering here if I'm going to do any dungeons with the hunter, because I'm really enjoying it. I really am. Now I do have some higher level characters that I could do with leveling up. I just can't bring myself around to doing that. Granted, most of it is Outland stuff and Northern stuff that I have to do, so it would benefit if I do level them up. And we are packing these guys up. This is what happens when you have a high level. At least we're getting some XP. It ain't great, but you know what? I'm here for the quest, so that's what I need to keep in mind. And if you watched the previous episode, you will know that I did attempt to join the group finder looking for a group for Dead Mines, which the first one was a bit of a fail. It didn't amount to anything really. And the second time around, I kind of, in a way, got annoyed with the lack of, what's the word I'm looking here? The lack of progress from the first group, and I kind of started my own group. And this seems to have been a bit more successful because here we are. See, we're Dead Mines. I kind of kept to what I planned, and I'm so happy with that. I might as well just run in because my pet's going to aggro absolutely everything. Perks of being a hunter, I guess. There's no point in fighting them outside the entrance, to be honest. Now, one thing that has crossed my mind, and I'll decide, I suppose, at some point in the future, but I could probably do with joining a guild. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to join one of the guilds that I'm already in. I figure if I have multiple characters in multiple guilds, it kind of broadens my horizon, and I get to see more of the world of Warcraft, so to speak, in terms of guilds and players and how people interact and stuff like that. So I think that is the aim of the game. Now, that does not mean to say that I am not going to, what's the word? I suppose cross-play between guilds. So say, for example, I'll bring my characters from other guilds into raids and events for other guilds, if that makes sense. I don't know if that was best worded. But what I'm trying to say is, so for example, let's say I go with Magthier into a completely new guild that I'm not in. I'm at level 80. I'm raiding. I've got a raid, and the hunter spots are all filled up. So I'll bring Miranda, or I'll bring Selena, which is my druid, instead of Magthier, and then I'll take Magthier into Miranda's raid group, so to speak, raiding guild, so to speak, stuff like that. So that's not an option. Well, Jesus Christ, what I meant to say is that is an option I'm looking at. I don't even know why the word "not" popped into there. I am focusing here because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to die. So that is a thing. I don't have feign death, so that is a bit sucky. If the group goes bad, which I don't see it right now, it's looking very promising, quite honestly. But if things go bad, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I have no escape. I honestly don't. I mean, I could try and run towards the entrance of the dungeon, but that'll take a long while. It depends how far and how deep we are in. And towards the end of the dungeon, very rarely is an option. So, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. I've not. Actually, if we get to... Ooh, I forgot about this. Yeah, what I meant to say is... Actually, no, because at the end of the dungeon, when we get to the boat ship thing, I actually know a couple of ways of resetting the NPCs. So, yeah, might work. But at the moment, we seem to be kind of doing quite alright. And looking at my DPS, I'm not doing too bad at all. You know, I'm doing quite alright. Don't need that. That's fine. We don't really get much from it anyways, even if we were to sell it. But we do have a nice class mix as well, so I do like that. Oh, hello. I'll take that. That's fine by me. I don't know what I'm doing. What quest that is. I think we need to gather the red bandanas or something. Probably share that one a bit too late now, mate. I suppose. Better than nothing. 16. Not getting that much. Tell you what, the AoE on spellcasters is insane. Honest to God. Mages, boomies, yeah, and warlocks, they hit like trucks as far as AoE goes. Yeah. Can't compete with that. I don't have an AoE. I don't have the volley just yet. I do wonder though what level I get the volley at. It'll be nice to play with that. I mean, as far as single target damage goes, the hunter is hitting quite hard. Well, they seem to have that under control. Might as well pick up this mine right here, this vein. Alright, what's that? We'll just read it. We're fine with it. Now I know in Cataclysm that Dead Mine becomes a, I think, level 85 dungeon. And I did run it. I just cannot remember a darn thing about it. I mean, I don't understand the logic of it, because Van Cleef is the leader of the, what these guys called. Hold on a second, let's see what we got there. Leather, Spirit, Intellect. We don't really need that. So drop this. Of the Blood Cell Buccaneers. Blood Cell, is that what they're called? No, Blood Cell Buccaneers is in Stranglethorn Vale. Defias, that's the one, Defias. Geesh. Oof. I'm sure some of you there that's probably, that were watching this, were probably thinking, Jesus Christ, what are you doing, Sethum? Yeah, that's it. So, as I understand it, lore-wise, Mr. Van Cleef was the leader of the Defias Brotherhood, and they were responsible for rebuilding Stormwind after it got raided by the Horde. And apparently they didn't get paid or something like that. And yeah, they have a grudge against Stormwind. But what I don't understand in Cataclysm specifically, I mean, we kill Van Cleef early on in Classic, so, you know, surely that should put an end to his, I don't know, organization? Do you want to call it that? I don't know. So, you know, I don't remember, that's the thing, I don't remember what or who we fight in Cataclysm. It's that long ago, and it's not a dungeon that I went to very often anyways.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
Oh, hello. Hello. Get off me. Let's see. Is this useful to me? Could be. Potentially. It's a dagger. And I'm not much of a melee player, but yeah. Oh, what we got there? Cloth. Intellect. No, not that useful to me. Tell you what, we're making some real good progress in this dungeon. I mean, it's no surprise. We do have a good group. And we do have a high level player, so I mean there's still possibilities for a wipe. And we do have a good healer, so why not? You know, might as well credit the healer as well. It's definitely a different experience as to when I first did it. Now, when I picked up World of Warcraft for the second time, when I started making these videos, whilst I did vaguely remember the dungeon, the bosses, the mechanics and all that, I was very, what's the word, rusty at it. Yeah. And I'm guessing I wasn't the only one, because it felt a lot more, what's the word? It went a lot slower. It was a lot more stressful as well. At least for me, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't want to be the one to wipe the group. Doesn't mean we had wipes. It's just, I mean, no, because we did have a couple of near wipes, to be honest. And I did actually quickly clock onto a way of resetting NPCs on the boat, because that is a dangerous area, especially if you have a pet. So, you know, I did kind of help the party, but it felt a lot more dangerous. Now it's just, yeah, it's very smooth. And the other thing I wanted to kind of say here is that this kind of gives me an idea of what to expect if I were to do this in hard mode. I do need to have a look and see if there are any European servers that do that. The only thing I'm not too excited about is having another add-on on top of everything else. As you can see up in the upper right corner around the mini-map, I've got loads of little circles. Those are just add-ons that I use for raiding, for loot, for questing, for the guilds, stuff like that. And I just think, do I want another one? Do I want to add another one? It's just, there's already a lot. I'm running out of space where to keep everything. Okay. Guess we're ready to go. And I am also enjoying the crits. I am critting quite nicely. Okay, just being cautious here. This is one of the dangerous areas. It's very easy to aggro a lot of this room if we're not being careful. And these goblins do also spawn those mechanical things, which can hurt pretty badly. So basically, it's one of those things, say if we aggro like those two, for example, right? They each spawn a little mechanical thing, a remote control thingamabob. And they hit pretty hard. Now, I do miss quite a few hits, but even so, I'm actually doing quite alright with regards to DPS. Quite impressed with that. So right there, we seem to have aggroed quite a few things, and part of it was my fault, or better said, my stupid pet. That is the curse of being a hunter. I'm just checking, yeah, just had a look at where my pet is in terms of stance, and he's on neutral, so he should be alright. I don't understand why, unless my pet got hit and then it went into that group. But I mean, we dealt with it quite fine. So really, no big concern.
I need a target.
Honestly, I think we did good for a break, you know, mana break, at least for us little mana people. I'm running out of mana. I mean, I suppose I can still auto attack and do some damage, but I can't really do any hard, heavy damage there. Let's quickly get this robot. Yep. Going for the chamois there. Okay, I will take advantage of this little break and have a couple of drinks. Okay, we've got some engineering plans here. And, you know, it's free, so why not? Oh, there we go. We're at it again. Let's go for it. Okay, grab this. This would be actually quite useful for me. Yeah, I'll take it. Well, whether we liked it or not, we have cleared out the entire room. I'm not sure what led to this. Possibly a mistake. But there's more loot for everybody, so not all that bad. Actually, there's a goblin right there in the back. I'm trying not to aggro that dude. Unnecessary. So I've got now a wonderful little ring. That'll keep me company for quite some time. Set a little fire trap there, which, I mean, did not get activated because it died that quick. That was a wasted trap.
I need to target something first. I need a target.
Okay, well, it looks like I'm not the only mining character here. I didn't want to use the word miner, it just sounds really wrong. I am a miner, but not a miner. That makes sense. I'm not sure if it does, but hey ho. I always find it funny when people ask in groups if there's a miner in the group. I'm like, I don't know how. I'd like to hope not. Okay, right. So, yeah, okay. Apparently that's an upgrade. That's fine. We have got quite a few things that are decent for us.
I need to target something first.
I like this bit. It does get quite loud though.
You there! Check out that noise!
I do think the sound of the voice acting could have been turned down a bit on this one. It's I get it.
We're
He's
under attack! Avast, you swabs! Repel the invaders!
yeah. The voice acting, at least for this particular thing, is quite loud. Could have been toned down a tad bit. I might as well go and loot this dude whilst we're waiting. Now this, at times, especially when I didn't have gold, this was actually quite lucrative. Got quite a few good copper coins here. I think I ran it about 3 or 4 times. And I think mostly was just because I had so many memories of doing this back in the day. And I just really enjoyed it. I still do. This next boss is a bit of a pain. He has 3 phases and he's stunned on each phase. So hopefully we get all the ants down before the stun. I mean, I can't compete with that. I can't compete with that. That's just not fair. I don't have volley yet.
I need a target.
At the moment, I'm only single target, so yeah, sucks for me. But on a single target, I do seem to do quite well DPS wise, so you know that's credit to me and the class, I guess. Oh boy, that's bad. He's gonna aggro the boss. Yep. Okay, here comes the boss. His health is going down mighty quickly. Try and put a trap there. Nope, that didn't work out the way I wanted it.
You landlubbers are tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
And we still have adds up, so that can be quite bad.
To target something first. That spell isn't ready yet.
Ugh, now you're making me angry.
That was actually quite smooth. Hello, hello, hello. Agility, yes please. I will take agility. And let us put this on. Yeah, I should definitely do some drinking here. So far, so good gear-wise. Stat-wise, we're doing alright. Quite happy with it.
That's still recharging.
Now this is an area that can become a bit worrying, so I'm gonna have to be super careful with my hunter and particularly my pets. When you tab, it automatically wants to pick the target on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hunter's mark before so I can see what I'm on. And pray to God that my pet does not want to go and aggro the guys on top. I mean, I'm sure we can manage with it. We do have a higher level character in this group. Okay, we got through it just fine, so that's good. There is still plenty of room for error, so let's try and not make any errors is what I'm saying. That silly parrot. Well, we didn't get too much XP, but we did get some. You know, I guess bit by bit it adds up eventually.
I don't have a target. I need a target. Can't cast that. That's better. I need to target something first. I need a target. I need to target something first.
Okay, we are very nearly close to the end of this run. We have to clear out another path, well, a path to the final two bosses. Three. There's actually three bosses. They're actually quite close to each other. Yeah, there we go. That is the patrolling boss.
I don't have a target.
So everybody's getting ready for, I guess, what would be the final push now. And this was, by all accounts, at least from my perspective, a very smooth run. Okay, we aggroed the boss.
Still recharging.
There we go, that'll do. My pet should keep everything in check there for a second or two. And that is the boss right there. That's fine. If I think about it now, Van Cleef does have quite a few goblins working for him. And this thing's got some massive cannons on it. He definitely means business.
Lapdogs, all of you. Fools! Our cause is righteous. The Brotherhood shall prevail. Can't cast that.
There we go. A nice achievement for doing the dead mines.
I need a target.
What's he got there? Cloth. Alright. That's fine. Let's quickly loot you. We got the letter. Now, this is the part I hate the most because I always get this jump wrong. So I want to get on this edge. Yeah, See? Nope. I never get it right. I've never figured out how to do that jump. Every single time.
Can't pass that.
Okay, here comes Cookie.
I don't have a. I need to target something.
Thank God we have a mage. I'm partly tempted to try a mage, you know. Quite a few interesting abilities that they get quite early on as well. Definitely be interesting to play a mage, not gonna lie. Well, he's running. He's a running. And down he goes. Final boss of the Dead Mines. He, of course, always seems to give out this wand. Or his mace. He does have a mace. But yeah, this was definitely a good group, a good run. Clean, smooth, just the way I like it. So definitely GG to everybody. It's nice. It's nice to play with experienced players that know what they're doing. You can tell that everybody here has a good idea of how the game is played. And yeah, made a difference. Made a big difference. So with that said, I'm going to go and hand in the quest that we just got, that we just completed really, because we didn't get it. I think that is it for this episode. I'm looking at the time. We're about, what, 30 minutes into the video, so it might be a slightly shorter video, but I don't want to get too long with the video, or videos in general speaking. Now, just quickly having a look here. I need to get to Stormwind. Yeah. Okay. So we've got some stuff in Goldshire as well. I'm not so sure about Goldshire for this episode. I think I do want to kind of call it for the time being. So I guess it's time for us to leave the party. Yeah, we'll go and turn in what we have in Stormwind. And I think that's pretty much it for this episode. It does bring us closer to that level 20. And you guys know what happens at level 20? Can you guess? We get the mount. Woohoo! So, very excited for that. Now, I have set my Hearthstone to Stormwind, and I'm not going to change it. One thing I'm not going to do throughout this entire series is I'm not going to set my Hearthstone for the zone that I'm leveling in. I'm always going to come back to Stormwind. It's just something that I like. Stormwind is a central city, and in between episodes, I can do the crafting stuff. I can find the mats. I can do all sorts of things that don't really generate XP. That don't generate XP as a general thing. And yeah, I think I'm going to keep the professions and leveling up professions off camera at the moment. I don't really see that being too entertaining. And so I'll always come or want to come back to Stormwind. So I reckon, by my logic at least, if I keep my Hearthstone here in Stormwind, I can always hearth back, leave my character here before I log out, get the rested XP, do all the profession stuff that I need, or profession-y stuff that I need to do in between episodes, and then that should keep us topped up and in line with our level. At least that's my logic. I'm going to try and not spend too much time working on professions during the episodes, just because I feel like that just wastes your time. Not my time, because obviously that thing needs to be done, especially my engineering and mining. But that can be boring from a viewer's perspective, and yeah, I don't see that being too entertaining. So I guess that's my logic. But if you guys want to see stuff like that, and you want to see me doing the leveling part of the professions, then yeah, let me know down below, because I'm more than happy to include that in videos. I just don't think that's very entertaining. With that said and done, I'm going to clear my inventory of all the rubbish that I have, which really doesn't really yield all that much in terms of, well, financial resources, let's put it this way. There are a couple of things I have doubts about if I should keep them or not, so I'll make a decision on that. But with that said, I'm going to end this episode right here. Thank you all so very much for joining me and choosing to spend your time with me. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you folks in the next episode. And as always, until next time, stay safe, folks.